Ladies, please stay off of these dating apps. I don't know how many times I gotta drill it into y'all heads. I've never been on no dating app. No, you couldn't pay me enough money to look for a man on a dating app. A dating app is a breeding ground. It's a playground for narcissistic, sociopathic, psychopathic men preying on innocent women. I know y'all have heard the story about the Tinder swindler. He's supposed to be this rich guy, and he used his status and money, and he love bombed all these women on Tinder, lavish gifts, flying them out on his private jet. So women automatically think, oh, wow, he's a real life Casanova. He's got money, so he's going to take good care of me. No, that's part of the game, sis. Once he was able to lure women in, all the gifts and romance stopped. He began the process of devaluing the women before he discarded them. So he groomed and trained them to cough up their money. Okay? There is a term for this. I'm going to tell y'all what the term is. This is called intermittent reinforcement. Remember that, intermittent reinforcement. An abuser, a predator, has to train his victim to give money in anything he desires. But first, he has to give the victim the same type of treatment. So you're getting all these gifts and sex and all this affection when in reality you're being abused. Basically, the abuser is softening you up for the kill, because at some point when he feels that he has you locked down and secure after he has spoiled you rotten, he will then pull back and you will start to thirst and beg for that same attention that he once gave you. He will give you some attention, but it will not be the same as previously. He will start to toss you breadcrumbs, therefore training you to be satisfied with the bare minimum that he gives you. So this is what the Tinder swindler was able to do on the dating app. He trained hundreds of women, spoiled them first, got them to drop their guard with all the gifts and love bombing. Then he began to get their money. He had them opening up credit cards, scamming hundreds of women. Ladies, stay the fuck off them dating apps. These types of scams are going down. They're called romance scams or sweetheart scams. Not to mention, men are beating and raping women on their first dates because of a dating app. I've cautioned you. You've been warned.
Okay, it's besides the last part, which I would say, I mean, dude, these people in these dating apps don't even know what safety is. Don't go meet somebody in a place where you can't, I can't beat you up and harm you if you're not in a place where I can just do it freely at. Like, motherfucker, meet somebody at a public place. Don't meet them at no fucking, at the dark alley at 10 o'clock. That's the first thing. But just to say that, don't go on the social dating apps when, because it's a dude out here playing a normal game that a lot of men already, it don't matter if you meet the dude out in person or on a dating app. That is a basic technique that niggas do. So what the fuck is that? How is you telling people not? Because I done seen niggas find love. I had neighbors. I mean, they're engaged. They're planning to get married. They met offline. You know what I'm saying? So to sit here and tell people, and because by you not going online, you missing out on a lot of, people. Because some people use online dating for a good reason. Do I like online dating? Not. I like how convenient it is. People a lot of times, well, I don't know what they use it, but I know a lot of people that use it for convenience. Sometimes you just don't have the time to go out in court. Sometimes you don't have the time, or like we're now a society where we stay home a lot. Let's say if you got a job where you work at home, you're not out and about a lot. You know what I'm saying? Most time we go out and about is about for work and stuff like that. So if you're not out going to events or stuff like that, then you wanna get a date, or you're not out able to be around people to approach people, but then you be convenient and use your phone so that you can do your work work from home, and still set up you a date for this weekend. So now you can find somebody, you go to a date, you talk to them, you figure out if y'all like each other. Y'all going to, y'all see if y'all want to hang out. You go on a second date, third, and the rest is history. That might be your fucking husband. So don't listen to this shit. If she had a bad, I just don't understand that. Just because you had to do, you know what it is? Y'all girls need better judgment. Y'all girls need better judgment. Y'all act like it's his fault. He reeled you in with money or gifts and showering shit like that. You should have had better judgment on that. You know what I'm saying? If you see him playing games, then that has nothing to do with the whole population of people who was on dating apps. That just means you came across a guy with a plan and he got you. Because you know what you value? You don't value how good, how nice his man is, what he's doing, whatever, what's his intentions with you. You just like, oh, he's doing nice, he got some money. He giving me gifts. I like him. That's what girls do. And he used it to his advantage. Not because, he used it to his advantage. And who's at fault at that? Yeah, he's not a good person. But you can't control people who are good people. But you can fall. You can control if you fall for for the whoop-de-doo. And that's what you did. You fall for the whoop-de-doo. He moosed your ass. And I used to be on dating apps heavy until they banned my ass. Before they banned me, I never been famoosed. Nobody ever famoosed me off a dating app. Some girls used to pop up not looking how they was on dating app. But I was never famoosed though. I was like, oh, you don't look like what you look. So, you have a good day.
I started on him 4 or 5 years ago. All corporate male.
Okay, I had to stitch this because I could not agree with this gal more. I decided to finally get back on a dating app after being off them almost all year. And I had remembered that Hinge, can't even say it, Hinge was always the one where the more corporate people, the people who had a job, more serious, everything she was saying. Monogamous, very serious, like you could go there to find a real relationship with someone. And now I get on there and it's like just riffraff. And there's not even attractive people, and I'm not trying to sound shallow, but like I really cannot be the only remotely attractive person in Eugene who's single. And it's nuts to me of just this gross shit that's on there. Like, where do you find people these days? I have tried everything. Like, please help.
Make up with me while I tell y'all the story.
I don't even got the in me to really get beaten. I'm not even about to be mean today. Because that just pissed me off. But you know what? Okay.
Story of how the first guy I met on Hinge after moving to a new city in DFW stole from me. This is why I don't do dating apps no more. That and the fact that I'm in a fully committed relationship now. Okay, so boom, I'm gonna set the scene for y'all. I had just moved to this new city in DFW, and I was looking to make connections with members of the male species. Even though I was gonna be out of the state/country for most of the month, I wanted to make sure that when I came back, I had people to hang out with, so I hopped on Hinge. Most of the men that I met on there, they weren't giving what was supposed to be gave, so nothing really came of it. But this guy, he was pretty cool, so we kept talking. I had already expressed to him that I wasn't going to be in town. I was going to be in the country for the most part. So we wouldn't be able to link in person at any time soon. He was cool with it. So while I was in Jamaica, we kept talking. He would hit me up every day saying good morning, telling me to have a good day, asking me how I was doing. And I took issue with the fact that every time he hit me up, it was just like, good morning, have a good day. How are you type of situation. But there was no other form of communication outside of that throughout the day. So when I came back from Jamaica, I was like, I can't deal with wishy-washy communication. So I had cut him off. Stopped talking for a good little bit, but he kept hitting me up, asking me how I was doing, and basically expressing that he wasn't trying to communicate with me too much while I was in Jamaica because he didn't want to intrude on my vacation time and my time at home with my family. I should have stood firm and kept my distance, but I decided, why not just give it another shot, right? The first night we were supposed to go out on a date, he invited me out, planned this entire shindig. We were supposed to go see a movie and have dinner. About an hour before we met up, I had already started doing my makeup and everything like that, pretty much dressed. He texted me and was like, oh, my aunt got into an accident. The person was getting rough with her. So he had to go out there and check the situation out. Da-da-da. So I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. I'm not going to come into no family thing. He sent me a screenshot of his cousin being like, oh, yeah, auntie just got into an accident or something like that. And I'm like, why do you feel the need to send me a screenshot? But again, red flag. I should have seen that as a red flag, but I still decided to keep this shit going. After the situation was handled or whatever, he was like, oh, I don't feel like going out no more, whatever the case may be. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm not going to press the issue because that very well might have been a traumatic situation. It might have been true. So I left it alone. But he kept pressing, trying to come over here. And I was like, I don't know you like that. I would rather for us to meet in person outside of my home. So when we link in person, then when I check the vibes out, maybe after that, you'll be able to come over here. The following day, he had another unfortunate event, and I'm doing air quotes around that, where he claimed he got locked out of his apartment and he was gonna have to sleep inside his car, and was essentially like trying to convince me to let him come over here. Again, I'm like, I don't know you like that. I don't feel comfortable doing that. He sent me his whole government, was like, oh, I'll send you a picture of my ID, whatever, whatever. I looked up his government. He checked out. I was doing my little research, digging. It seems like he was a real person, but I was going to let you come stay over here either way. So again, that situation didn't go how he expected it to go. And he called me inconsiderate. Instead of looking at all the red flags and calling it quits, I decided I was going to give him the benefit of the doubt, since to my knowledge, he hadn't lied to me. And that was my ultimate downfall. Go to part 2.
I've been seeing ads for that anonymous dating.
Damn, I wanted to see the part 2 of that. But, so what I would think what she did was she ended up letting that nigga come over. That's your fucking problem. That's the problem. Don't just go over, nigga. Don't, I mean, just can't let everybody know where you lay shit head at. That's the problem. You don't know this thing. You got a stranger in your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all can't meet somewhere. Y'all can't meet at a local bar, a local somewhere. Just so, I mean, you know, motherfucker pull up. Pull up. And then when they at your shit, they at your shit. You know, you don't know who you just invited over this motherfucker. Some crap now, motherfucker. Oh. You never know. You got, bro, I ain't gonna lie, just got me worried. Cause, hey.
Site literally everywhere. Tinder and all the other dating sites are already creepy enough, but this is basically like Craigslist, and you don't have to lie about your name, and you have a whole catalog of victims. You get to choose. You're like, that one's too short. Don't like that one's hair. Let me see a picture of that one before I kidnap and or murder them. What creep and or cheater came up with this app, and who is using it? It is terrifying.
Guys, delete it. Do not look at me like that. I know you have it. Hinge.
Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't wait and try and match just one more person, because that person might be your person. Delete it today. Delete it right now. Because coming from somebody who was a former advocate of dating apps, because, you know, you can meet some very, very cool people, whether romantic or platonic, on dating apps, I started to realize that all the insane people are gathered on these dating apps. Let me walk you through some of the most common dating app scenarios. You match, you start talking. Their replies are a little shaky, but you know, hey, not everyone's on their phone all the time. You start getting into conversation, it's flowing, and then the person says to you, oh, I don't really have much time to commit to dating. Yet, you are on a dating app. Does that sound like the thought process of a sane person, let alone somebody that you want to date? Another one, let's revisit the topic of slow replies. Now, I don't expect everybody to be on their phone all the time. Fair enough. We've all got shit to do. It's a cost of living crisis. Our phones and interaction is probably the last thing that we want to do. But understand that you signed up to this dating app. Nobody else. You signed up. And you are actively still matching people even though you don't have the capacity to talk to them. Which made me quickly come to the realization that a lot of people are on dating apps for validation. They are on there for an ego stroke and nothing more. And lest we not forget the audacity of some people. Guys especially will be coming to you with confidence that you know they don't have in their day-to-day lives. But you saw a young black hottie like myself and decided that you were gonna try a thing. Don't ever try that thing again. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't wait until you match just one more person. Delete that dating app today.
This is why you should never use Tinder. In 2017, a guy downloaded Tinder and in just the first few minutes, he got a match. He messaged the girl, starting a conversation, and eventually they agreed to meet at a public park at 10 p.m. When the time came, he got to the park, but the girl was nowhere in sight. He messaged her, but she didn't respond. He sat down on a bench thinking that she was lying, but that's when he got a message from the girl. She said, "Come to the bathroom behind you." His heart dropped as he turned around and saw the silhouette of a man. At that moment, he ran for his car. He turned around and saw a disturbing looking man chasing after him. He got in his car, put it in drive, and drove off as fast as possible. When he got home, he blocked the person and swore to never use Tinder again.
I have this friend and she...
Nigga, that'd be fucking scary. Oh my gosh, like, just to imagine that shit. But see, that's the fucking problem. That right there. What do you mean up at a park where... Public park. Motherfucker, it's 10 o'clock. You ain't even supposed to be there at this past a certain time. You know why? For them fucking reasons. Ain't nobody else there. Why think they be like, shut down the park? So they can't have you pay to get in the park? No. Because they know there's fucking nothing but fucking weirdos around this park at a fucking certain amount of time. Shit go down in the dark. So we lock this shit down. And here come your goofy ass. I'll meet my date at a public park at 10 o'clock. I would have been scared as fuck. Nigga, that's why you gotta keep that fucking 30 on you, my nigga. God damn. Shit. I feel like you asking for a death sentence. You not walking around with that motherfucker, man. I swear these niggas is weird, bro. I don't know, man. I don't trust shit. I don't trust shit, bro. I mean, literally, especially now motherfuckers be... dating apps is weird. I'm be honest. Dating apps is weird. But I'm just saying, if you use them right, you can use them right. You meet somebody, y'all hitting it off. Please FaceTime. People act like if a motherfucker don't want to FaceTime you, do not, and I mean do not, talk to him. I mean, like, what the fuck is wrong with a FaceTime? And then on top of that, meet them at a place where you feel comfortable at. I mean, I don't knock, feel comfortable at. If y'all done had some good reputation, I still wouldn't trust it if it's on FaceTime, but I done had little, because I'm a good guy. So that's the thing. Somebody can still get on FaceTime with you, show them your face, and still be a bad guy. I mean, just luckily, the girls that met me and we done had FaceTime conversations, it worked well for them. It worked well for me because I'm a good guy. I don't know if they could have been a terrible woman, but I mean, it worked out. I probably wouldn't do it no more. Because, you don't want people to know where you stay. So, yeah. But, yeah. Like, utilize tools to make sure you're safe. Not meeting up with somebody at 10 p.m. Not meeting them in a dark public park. Fucking goofy. You almost died. You almost got your ass out of there. Keep your Glock with you. Man, I don't know. I feel like this is conversation.
She's an absolute angel. Like, all around, beautiful, inside and out. She's personable, she's funny, she is smart, she is it. Anyway, she has been through a long string of fuckboys, and that has made her have to return to the dating apps. Ugh. So she's on Hinge, and you know how it has that new, voice prompt or whatever? And to preface this, she's really trying to do this with her whole heart, seeing what's out there, trying to accept, that she'll find her partner soon, trying to keep hopes high, Anyway, she tells me about this guy, and I forgot what the prompt was. It was probably tell me something about yourself or something. And he goes, "I'm a dog." and proceeds to bark for 2 minutes. I'm a dog. I can't even bark. Barks for 2 minutes. And it's like, yo, is this what's out there right now? Like, barking for 1 minute is doing the most, but you did the most, like really extreme extra. 2 minutes long barking on a dating app. Like, what are you thinking? Is this normal? Like, does anyone else have any funny stories? Because I cannot fathom. Please spill the tea.
Story time. I recently had a really horrible experience with a guy I met on a dating app. So if you're on dating apps here in Japan, please be careful. So what happened was I met this guy and he seemed really chill and cool, and as we were talking, he goes, oh, I know this really cool girl who's like your age and she's really into fashion and makeup like you, and I think you guys would really get along. So I was like, cool, okay. And he was like, oh, next time we get dinner or something, let's invite her and we can all get dinner. And I was like, yeah, I would love to meet her. So I get there and she's not there. And he goes, oh, she's kind of busy today, so we'll just meet her at her home office. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna go to her house. She's a complete stranger. And he's like, oh, before we meet her, she wants you to fill out this form so she knows what to talk about with you. And he sends me a Google Forms survey. And the survey says like pre-interview form or something. And it makes me like fill out my full name, my address, and like what kind of goals I have for my career. And at the very bottom of the survey, it says Enter Place Academy. So while he's like gone to the bathroom or something, I look up Enter Place Academy, and it turns out it's a business school. It's like the sketchiest thing I've ever seen in my life. So I'm like, I'm not filling out this stupid survey. I'm leaving. So when he comes back, I tell him like, hey, this really isn't what I expected, and I'm really uncomfortable and I would like to leave now. And so I stand up to leave, and he's all like, wait, what if we change location? What if we go to like a cafe first and then we go to her house? Or like, what made you change your mind? You really wanted to meet her a second ago. And I'm just like, no, I want to leave now, thanks. So I'm like fast walking towards the station, and he's right behind me, and he's on the phone with the girl. And he keeps going like, oh, I'm so sad that things are ending this way. I really liked you. And I'm like, it's your own damn fault for being so sketchy. Jesus. So I make it to the station, I say goodbye, and I leave. And thank God I was able to leave, because I don't know what would have happened if I went with him. Like, there's so many people like that on dating apps here. So, like, if you're on a dating app here in Japan, please be careful. And just, if you think something is off, just leave. Don't even think about being polite. It's better to be rude and safe than be polite and a victim.
I remember I paid for the highest membership on Hinge. I think it's like the Premium X. I didn't even get one date. I didn't even get one man. What I did get are creatures that crawl up to planet Earth. But why would I pay almost $90 when I could go onto YouTube and watch the Discovery Channel?
How ugly do you have to be in real life for you to think that those photos were the good ones?
So this original video is needlessly cruel, and looking at her profile, it looks like she's talking about men on dating apps. Do we not understand that men are at an incredible disadvantage when it comes to having good photos of themselves? Like, society does not take photos of men. They're not out with their buddies like, dude, you look super great today, let me snap a pic. And I know that it's really cute and funny to like rag on the number of fish pictures that we see on dating apps, but do you know why? Have you ever thought about it? Because society celebrates men for their accomplishments. It's okay to take a photo of a man if he caught a cool fish, but not because he just looks fly and looks like he's having a good time on a Tuesday. You know what I mean? Listen, I'm a photographer. Any man in front of my lens is dying. He's so uncomfortable. They're not socialized to be cherished just for how fucking cute they are. 2 tips, guys, for getting good photos on your dating apps. 1, just ask a buddy. Ask people to take photos of you. It's not that weird, I promise. 2, video recording of you doing something that you like. Review it later, frame by frame. Take screenshots.
This is the definitive.
Yeah, 100%. I take, when we all take group photos, I crop niggas out. I crop niggas out, man. It's very great. You start taking, hey, family photo. Crop everybody out that motherfucker. Hey, for real. But you know, everybody else smiling, you look cool in it. You know, look cool in that motherfucker life. This used to be an old good one. Put the phone up to your ear like. I probably gotta bring that back, nigga. I used to get on the phone. I used to whip out the phone like, nigga, I ain't on the phone with nobody. Oh, bro, that was good times, gang. But nah, yeah, for real, man. We got it, fellas. I mean, bro, that's the only thing that really hurt about profiles. Like, we all kind of good looking dudes. I ain't gonna lie. Pause, no homo. We just take bad pictures. We're not photogenic. Like, my face do some symmetrical shit on the videos for some reason. My whole family got this shit. It's creepy as fuck. Nigga, I'm over here, I'm looking fucking normal. And as soon as I stop pressing the record button and I look at the video, I'm like, my whole face is fucking lopsided. What the fuck is going on? Like, I'm looking at myself right now. I'm like, nigga, you one of the most handsomest niggas on this planet Earth. I turned this motherfucking recording thing off. I mean, shit. I look like I just got out of a car crash. Nigga, whole face lopsided and shit. Look goofy as fuck.
End all be all list of the worst things to put on a dating app profile. Almost all dating app profiles that suck include one of these things. So without further ado, let's get into this list. Number 1, dogs that you don't own, or similarly, children that are not yours. Or any children, period. Why do we have children on a dating app? And if you post, God forbid, the world's cutest dog, and I message you and say, is this your dog?
Yeah, that's creepy as fuck. Do not put kids in dating pictures. Not even yours, nigga. Don't put it in nigga. Don't nothing to say. Don't give this man no pussy, then you babysitting and then taking pictures. The fuck? Don't you do it. Don't fucking do it. Just say you got a kid on the bio.
And you say no, blocked immediately. Blocked. Number 3 is shit-talking dating apps while you're on a dating app. Change my mind about Hinge. Like, you're here. You're literally here, so you can't hate it that much. Number 4, any mention of The Office. This is self-explanatory. Knock it off. Number 5 is one-word answers like, I'm looking for you. It's just not funny. Plus, it gives me nothing to go off of if I'm trying to figure out who you are. Number 6 is I'm actually 35 when they say they're 30 on their profile and then clarify that actually no, they're 35. Coming in hot with number 7, treating sarcasm as a personality trait, whether it's answering prompts super sarcastically or just saying that you are super sarcastic. It's just a fun way of saying that you're an asshole. Number 8 is pictures surrounded by a bunch of women. Like, there's not a problem with having photos of you and a lot of women, but posting a photo of like you shirtless on a yacht with like 14 women around you just kind of makes me think that you're a weirdo. And last but not least, number 9, I don't use social media. I don't have a problem if you don't use social media, but that is also not a personality trait. Pick something else, I just don't care.
So,
what are mines? I would say mines are like she said, don't add me if you're not in my area. That's fucking annoying. I'm on some dating app where motherfucker, you're from Alaska. Why are you on this? Like, how do you even get on my shit? I don't know, really. Don't just have selfies. Let me know if you fat. Yeah, don't have pictures of a fucking cat because I don't like cats. Don't fucking just have mirror photos. I feel like that's a little low effort right there. Bunch of fucking mirror photos and shit. I mean, it's cool to have 1 or 2, but like when all of your photos are just look like you took them in one day, or I mean, like, you don't have not one person to take a, I don't know about that. And then, I don't know. I gotta really see down and think. I gotta scroll through a couple and see. Yeah.
I have tried to record this story. This is now like the 3rd time where I'm trying to get out all of the important details and it hits 10 minutes. So I'm going to try to condense this, put it at 2 times speed if it's easier for you to digest that way. But what I'm about to share, I think, is really important. Most importantly, I just wanted to make this for anybody that is currently going through something like this or has a friend that is going through the situation I'm about to tell, and I just think it's important. So I have a friend who got out of a very long and pretty bad relationship with an ex who was interested in the realm of online dating. She had taken a year to kind of recenter, do the mental inventory that she needs to do to feel secure, to feel happy without a partner. And she was ready. She was ready to find someone new, to be single, just to experience something she hadn't for the last 8 years. Long story short, she matches with this guy. They exchanged numbers, and it was pretty quickly that he would text her. He would text her a lot. And, for it being so new, I think understandably so, she liked the attention. She felt seen. She liked being complimented by someone she found was attractive. But it would get to the point where even around holidays, he would just blow her up. He'd ask, what are you doing? Where are you? Just over and over, even when she was with family. And it got to the point where she was like, I need you to chill out. So he seems to take it okay. And New Year's comes around. And at this point, it had only been a couple days since they had each other's numbers. But something that I found was really odd and just weird was that he would text her and say stuff like, well, you're not allowed to kiss anybody tonight. You can only kiss your mom or your dad. Hello? But again, my friend, kind of pushed it aside and was like, oh, whatever. Maybe he's just, quirky. Now, me being...
Yeah, that's just lame. I mean, it's just, quirky. And I don't even know what that means, but that's just niggas just not... It's not just, this is just lack of social awareness. That's just a lack of you thinking some bullshit, saying it, and then because this is why it's good to have some in-person game. Because if you let's say he thought about that same line, he said it in real life, he'd be like, damn, I said that dumbass shit before. I probably should never say that again. You shouldn't kiss nobody. You want to sound like a fucking creep saying that shit? You be like, damn, I did say that dumb lame ass shit. Let me not say that, So I don't know. I'm letting her get into it.
Me, I told her, I was like, I think it's really weird, at least in my personal experience. I've only matched and met up with one person on a dating app, and I just kind of told her that you have to take precautions, and it can be harder to see warning signs when you haven't experienced them yet. So the texts move to calling, and I'll tell her that he just wants to talk for a short amount of time. The calls end up being hours, and I think once she got on the phone with him, she felt a little bit more comfortable, and she was excited to meet this guy. So they finally set a time to meet up, and I tell her, I'm like, I need you to share your location with me the entire time. If you feel uncomfortable at any point in time in the date, you don't have to make an excuse. You don't have to say anything. You can just leave. In all honesty, I think she thought that I was being too overprotective, but as a friend, I'm sure people will understand this. You have to have your friends back. So the date goes well, and she calls me later and is just so excited. She tells me that he paid for the date, they had good conversation, and that they were planning to meet up with each other pretty soon. And, I was happy for her. It's something that she has been really wanting for a while. A couple days later, she meets up with her therapist, and her therapist tells her, that the love bombing, it's a red flag. It's not necessarily normal, and it's something that you need to take into account. You know, it may seem so small, but in the bigger scheme, it could lead to something worse. She ended up, again, brushing that aside, and she ends up meeting with him again. The date goes well, and she tells me that he asks her, you know, are you seeing anybody else? And she says, well, no, but I'd like to keep my options open. I want to get to know you for at least 3 months. At this point, it had only been literally like 8 days. And something that she told me, which I, again, thought was weird, was that he kind of was not happy with that answer and said, you know, I only date one person at a time, and I don't like knowing that you're talking to a bunch of other guys, but like, I get it. And in my mind, I'm like, you barely know each other. How are you coming to this conclusion? Fast forward to a week, she meets with her therapist again. She explains the date and says it's going well. And her therapist is like, well, have you even Google searched this person yet? Like, you don't know this person. Have you taken the time to look? So she calls me because she is actually on her way to meet him again and asks me to do the searching. So I do. And of course, I find that he had a couple of priors. He had been arrested for DV, for stalking, and that he had a restraining order. She brings it up to him. He completely lies about it. He says it's fabricated, false, that it's made up, that he was framed, and against her better judgment, she meets up with him again. At this point, I am flabbergasted. I feel sick to my stomach, and I had told her, I had said, you know, way down the line, I had an ex that was also physically abusive, and I tried to explain to her that these aren't just easy things to be charged with. There has to be proof. At this point, I am going full throttle FBI mode. I am literally spending 8 to 9 hours trying to find more information, trying to do what I can, because I know if I don't show this person physical proof, she's not going to believe it. And I do. I find proof. I find other girls that had similar experiences with him. He tried to lie and say that the charges were dropped. They weren't. And at this point, it's the next day, and I call her and I'm like, I need you to sit down. I need to tell you this information. So finally, it gets through to her, and she decides to call it quits with this man because he is dangerous. The things that were found were terrifying. If you do not have a good feeling about somebody, listen to that feeling. Be that friend that looks out for other people that are blinded. Sometimes people won't listen. I've had experiences where it has ruined friendships, but if you love somebody, you
Imagine that the young girl killed in an Airbnb along TRM Drive.
Nah, she a real ass friend for that. She a real ass friend, and that's the thing about it's always good to have some good friends. You know, it is. You can't go against having some good friends because you know what's better than two? Four pair of eyes. 2 pair of eyes. Just mean sometimes you can't see with your pair of eyes sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, it's also making sure that the person who is giving you advice or trying to help you out does love you, because sometimes it does come from hate, but I mean, bro, I could just see the sincerity in her, man, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we all kind of personally know if we know somebody on our corner is real, you know what I'm saying? So intuition. You know, God didn't give us that for no reason, so use it. But nah, she's real. I'm glad she was in that mix. Cause you know why? I think it was why she was so passionate on making sure she get away from this nigga. She just said it. She been through it. You know, you don't want nobody going through, especially somebody you love, going through the same thing you went through. You know what I'm saying? Like, for sure, you gonna make sure they don't have to go through the same thing. So, she a real ass friend, man. She gotta keep her. That's a real friend.
In Nairobi's Kasarani estate, only had contact with the suspected killer through her Instagram account. Part of their communication, which K24 TV is privy to, reveals how the two conversed until the time they met on the fateful day. Police have now shifted their forensic eye on this chat retrieved from the deceased Instagram account. Detectives want to analyze circumstances under which the tragic meetup was planned. Apartment. The house number is Y32. The house is temporarily locked from the outside, sending a suspicious signal. Detectives gain entry only to encounter a tragic and a disturbing crime scene. A lifeless body of a young woman lying in a pool of blood in the sitting room area. The naked body with bruises all over her, stab wound around the thighs. Police say she might have been struggling to exit the house and seek help before breathing her last, just a few centimeters from the main door exit. Investigators and officers from Industrial Area Police Station quickly cordon off the area as it becomes clear that this is a homicide. But who is responsible for such a horrible murder? A quick review of CCTV footage reveals the woman dressed in a short red dress arrived at the apartment with a man and checked into this house. We further established the house is an Airbnb and the two had rented it for a night out. K24 TV obtained exclusive CCTV footage of what might have transpired before the bizarre killing.
Crazy, dude. It does make you look at these dating apps and just people like, it's really some sick motherfucker. Like, why? Like, what do you get out of this shit? Like, man, the devil working, man. The devil working, but God, you know, there's no. I just, man, stay prayed up, man. These niggas out here is just some sick niggas, bro. Like, really? You here harming people? And I don't know even how do you know. This is some crash out shit, bro. Maybe this isn't gonna answer nothing, but be around dudes, men who got shit to live for. And this doesn't mean that anybody can harm me, but I'm just saying, like, I would never even dare. Not because I have more to live for, because I believe in Jesus Christ, but I believe in Jesus Christ, and then plus on top of that, I got stuff to live for. I got family. I got goals. I got stuff. I love my life. I love me. Like, I would never harm nobody. Like, when people harm other people, I look at that like that's an outlook on themselves. Like, when a dude or somebody comes shoot up at school, I don't look at like it's a reflection of them. Like, a lot of people's actions are a reflection of them. You know? So like somebody, let's say, you know, example, somebody who doesn't go to somebody who doesn't care about their health. It kind of shows how much do they love their body. You love, you know, the body they were blessed with, and you know, everything like that. Somebody who don't clean their home, you know, they don't care. I mean, it's just actions tell you a lot about somebody. So if somebody commits something like that, what it's telling me is that's just an outlook on how they feel. How they feel about themselves. They like, oh, I don't give a fuck about my life, so fuck. Why if somebody don't give a fuck about their life, why would they give a fuck about yours? You know what I'm saying? So, honestly, I mean, that's how I choose people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to get away from niggas who don't really love their life. Like, for real, niggas I was around who didn't love their life, man. Niggas. Y'all don't even want to know where them niggas at right now, man. Y'all sit here and be like, wow. But just a real ass video. Yeah, dating apps. I was on board with them, but these girls can't really make you believe they delete all that shit. But like I said, man, just have it. I don't think I'll look at it as not bad because, like I said, some people do have a good, like, I just as many horror stories behind it, I know some good love stories behind it. So just be safe, be okay. You know, take your time. Don't be in a rush. Don't go somewhere with somebody that you don't know. Like, be cautious with what you do. Make sure y'all comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you know enough about this person that you feel okay. You know, like, go with your intuition. If you have any suspicion, do not go back with them. It's okay to go on a date and then y'all go y'all separate ways sometimes. Maybe y'all go on a date, second date, third, fourth date. Y'all fully get comfortable. I don't know. This be okay. Know kind of his background. Do a research. Make sure, is this somebody, do your research on him. You know, is this a guy who has a good name in these streets? It's okay to ask around. Do you know this guy? Is he a safe person? Because that's a good thing to know. If you've been with 100 different girls, if you've been around a couple different women, you can ask around. So, yeah, he's a good guy. You know, it's kind of really rare that you might be the first person he do some crazy shit to, but it could still happen. But I'm just saying, make your chances better than being okay and safe. Because, man, you could find love on there. So, you know, don't exit out, especially if you're somebody who go through times where you don't have enough time to go out, or maybe you're trying to save money or something like that. But you still, you still had a good time in your life where you try to find you a partner. There's nothing wrong with going on a date now, but just be okay and be safe. But it's about that time. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Now, where you going? I don't really know, but I know we're on the road to 1,000. I'm gone. Loaded up, young nigga, let it get loaded up, pour some drink, yeah, I pour. In it tonight, in the streets, I'm